The hardest part wasn't being broke. It was feeling powerless. Every morning, I'd wake up to a dozen notifications, credit card reminders, overdue bills, a message from my boss asking for overtime. I'd scroll through social media and see people talking about AI side hustles or passive income streams, like they'd found a secret door I couldn't even see. Meanwhile, I was stuck, exhausted, anxious, and ashamed that after years of working hard, I still couldn't breathe financially. Rent was rising faster than my paycheck. Groceries cost more every month. I wasn't splurging, I was just surviving. And yet, somehow, I was still falling behind. That's when it hit me, maybe the real problem wasn't how much I earned, but how little control I had. Because when you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're not living, you're reacting. Reacting to bills, to prices, to the system. And that's when I started hearing people talk about AI. Not the kind that writes essays or generates art, but the kind that helps you understand yourself. I didn't believe it at first. How could a machine fix what years of discipline hadn't? But what I didn't realize was that AI wasn't going to replace me. It was going to reflect me. And that reflection, the data-driven mirror, would change everything. This story isn't about getting rich. It's about taking back control and how AI became the quiet partner I never knew I needed. The moment it all hit me wasn't dramatic, no pink slip, no corporate shutdown. It was quieter than that. I was sitting in a meeting when my manager proudly announced a new AI integration. Everyone clapped. But deep down, I knew what it meant. The spreadsheet work I used to spend hours on analyzing data, drafting reports, was now being done in seconds, by a tool that didn't need coffee breaks, didn't call in sick, and didn't ask for a raise. I smiled on the outside, but my stomach sank. When I got home that night, I couldn't stop thinking about it. The thought that maybe, just maybe, I was becoming replaceable. I started searching online, AI replacing jobs 2025. Page after page confirmed what I already feared. Automation wasn't just coming for factory workers, it was coming for everyone. Analysts, writers, designers, accountants. And as I read story after story, a strange question formed in my head: if AI can replace me, could it also save me? Because here's the truth, I wasn't just fighting technology. I was fighting time, inflation, and a world that moved faster than my paycheck ever could. I had savings, but they were shrinking every month. I had goals, but no map to reach them. I realized something painful: I wasn't in control of my finances, I was avoiding them. And when you ignore your money long enough, it starts making decisions for you. Late fees, interest charges, missed opportunities. That night, I made a decision. If AI was the threat, maybe it could also be the weapon. Not to chase riches, but to build control. So I decided to turn the tables. Instead of running from AI, I'd make it my financial partner. I'd let it analyze, predict, and plan not for a company's profit, but for my own peace. I didn't know it yet, but that choice would change everything. After that night, I made myself a promise: I wouldn't run from AI. I'd learn it. I'd understand it. And maybe, just maybe, I'd let it help me rebuild what I'd lost: control. I started simple. I opened CatGut and typed, "How can I use AI to manage my money better?" What I got back wasn't magic, it was logic. But it was the kind of logic I had never applied to my own life. It suggested automated budgeting apps that connected to my bank. Tools like Clio, Copilot Money, and an app with AI integrations, apps that could track spending patterns, predict upcoming bills, and even warn me when I was about to overspend. For the first time, I wasn't just reacting to my finances. I was anticipating them. The first few weeks felt awkward, like letting a stranger into my private world. Every dollar I spent was suddenly visible. Every bad habit, every emotional swipe of my card laid bare by data. But instead of shame, something unexpected happened. I started to feel aware. The AI categorized my expenses: dining out, 26% of your monthly budget. Untracked subscriptions, $47 per month. Potential savings, $310 if you cook twice a week. Numbers that used to feel abstract were suddenly personal, they had stories. And when you see the story of your money, you finally understand the story of your life. Then came the real breakthrough: automation. I linked my savings account and set up AI-driven transfers. Every payday, 20% automatically went into a future fund. The AI monitored my cash flow, adjusted transfers based on upcoming expenses, and even simulated what would happen if I invested small amounts into ETFs or high-yield savings. Watching my savings grow, slowly, steadily, was the first time I'd felt peace in years. AI didn't make me rich overnight. But it made me something better: stable. I began experimenting with AI-assisted side hustles. CatGut helped me design digital templates I could sell online. Midjourney helped me create product visuals. Not massive profits, but enough to remind me that I still had agency. That I wasn't obsolete. And over time, something subtle shifted. My anxiety began to fade. I wasn't scared to open my banking app anymore. The numbers that once controlled me, now, I controlled them. I realized the power wasn't in the AI itself. It was in the feedback loop it created: awareness, action, progress. Every time the AI showed a trend, I made a change. Every change built momentum. And slowly, month after month, my chaos turned into clarity. I wasn't chasing wealth anymore. I was designing freedom, one automated decision at a time. And the best part? It didn't take genius, or luck, or millions of followers. Just a decision to stop fearing technology, and start partnering with it. I used to think managing money meant constantly worrying about it, tracking every expense, feeling guilty every time I spent, punishing myself for not saving enough. But AI taught me something different. Managing money isn't about restriction. It's about automation. Think of it like planting a garden. You don't sit there and watch the soil all day, you set up a system. You water it, you let sunlight in, and you trust the process. AI became my sunlight. It handled the routine, so I could focus on growing. I started by automating the small, boring parts. The ones that used to drain my energy and cause mistakes. No more late fees. The AI scanned due dates and synced them to my calendar, reminding me before it was too late. It tracked my spending rhythm and adjusted savings amounts automatically. Some months I could save $300, other months just $80, but I never stopped completely. Whenever my grocery spending crossed my usual range, I got a gentle notification: "You're trending 15% higher than last month." Not judgment, just awareness. Awareness is powerful. Because when you see your behavior, you can change it. Before AI, my money moved faster than my mind. After AI, my money finally waited for me to decide. I stopped trying to save manually. Instead, I used AI to build rules: every payday, 20% to savings. 10% to an investment account. The rest divided by needs and wants. Apps like Copilot Money or Nav AI helped me visualize cash flow in real time, no spreadsheets, no guesswork. What used to be a chaotic guessing game turned into a dashboard of control. And the best part? I didn't have to remember to save. It just happened. When you remove friction from good habits, they become effortless. That's when I understood something profound: you don't get rich by working harder. You get rich by making smarter systems work for you even when you're asleep. Next came investing, the part that always terrified me. The charts, the jargon, the endless advice. But AI stripped it down to something human. Tools like Wealthfront, Betterment, or CatGut finance plugins explained my options in plain English. I could ask, what's the difference between ETFs and index funds? What's a good diversified portfolio for low risk? If I invest $200 monthly, what could that look like in 10 years? And instantly, I had personalized answers, simulations, and strategies. It wasn't about guessing or gambling anymore. It was about understanding. Suddenly, investing didn't feel like stepping into a casino. It felt like sitting in a cockpit with data guiding every move. And with every small investment, I saw the quiet miracle of compounding. Watching $200 turn into $260, then $300, not through luck, but through time. That's when I realized, wealth isn't built in noise. It's built in consistency. I also learned that control isn't just about managing money, it's about earning smarter. I used AI to create digital products, templates, guides, even stock photos. ChatGPT helped me write descriptions. Midjourney generated visuals. Tools like Notion AI and Canva Magic Write helped me design everything efficiently. My side income didn't explode overnight. But it grew steadily. And the beauty of it? It didn't demand more hours, just smarter use of them. AI became my silent business partner. Not a robot replacing me, but a mirror reminding me that my potential was never the problem, my systems were. These weren't just financial tools. They were emotional ones. Because when you know where your money is going, the noise quiets. I stopped feeling guilty for treating myself occasionally because it was already planned for. I stopped panicking over surprises because my emergency fund was quietly waiting. Control didn't come from earning more. It came from finally understanding that technology wasn't stealing my future. It was helping me protect it. That's when I realized AI didn't make me rich. It made me free. 8.